It's week 2 of the 2024 season. And front and center is Sam LaPorta. It's week 2 of the 2024 season. And front and center is Sam LaPorta.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading him out in his second season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And he had a most impressive bounce-back season last year, nearly leading his team to the NFC Championship game. That's not something you see every day, and he was rewarded for it as Tampa Bay decided to make him definitely their quarterback for the future. Now for him, he wants to prove it's not a one-year thing, and in fact, he is the long-term answer for this franchise.
Being chased out left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here,
hey, bud, quick question.
Something different going here on
I gotta go to
scrimmage the 37 on first and 10.
I gotta start at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon.
Yeah, but I gotta go to Cadova and Brighton for a round trip, and to GFS and Brighton for a round trip.
71 yards.
Oh, is it? Okay. Why they start so early? They start. It's like it takes a minute or something.
Is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You talk about this Lions defense.
Yeah.
This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding.
So what round trip, man? They gonna drop it off. Not they bringing me. I'm bringing something back, or I'm just dropping it off and coming back.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. And he's going to get this one down to 45. The corner, Stephon Gilmore. Placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
I got, it says Cordova, then another delivery to GFS Brighton.
And it's going to be another first down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
Okay, they say they both is round trips, so that means I'm going right back.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved.
Oh, that's what they mean about round trip, you know. I guess I'm going right back there after I come.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. They get him right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Yeah.
2nd and 5. Baker going to give it to Irvin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener and the second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they will be let out by their second-year quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Third down at 6.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Hilton, the man to break up the throw.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They go play action. Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. Mayfield looks to throw. This one taken in by Otten. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And Otten picks up a first down, and he's hoping to take the next step here in year 3 after setting new career highs in practically every major category a season ago.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the
pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. On play action, they'll throw. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Lions are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine,
this is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the big fella. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way. Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Gibbs straight ahead. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. In motion left, Godwin. Here's Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Mayfield down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Time for another look at this Lions offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Back to throw again. Over the middle and take it in by Laporta. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Gibbs looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibbs. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Otten. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. A run up the middle with Irving. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This duo locked in. 14 yards there. And a 1st down. Now Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5, 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They run out of the gun with Irvin. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Irvin will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is now 17-3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. A touchdown pass there for Jordan Love. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they lead the visiting Saints in that one at halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting 49ers. We saw a strong first half out of running back Bucky Irving. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they can start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
The 47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line.
2 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll set up a throw. Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Buccaneers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. In motion goes the tight end. Following the interception, Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he'll get this up to midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Mayfield off the play fake. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Mayfield with it once more. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Throwing, Mayfield. There's Evans again, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's White. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Play action. It's Goff. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Mayfield down.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irvin.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mayfield now from the 50.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion left, Godwin.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bucs trying on 4th down to come up empty, and the Lions will take over. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
This is caught at the 20. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
2nd and 13.
Going underneath. Gibbs has it.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Gibbs again.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 2.
Now Mayfield. That's complete to White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Mayfield to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. 2nd down and 8.
In motion left goes a tight end. Mayfield.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Mayfield looks to throw. Evans has it left side.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To throw, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Irving. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Here's 1st down. Here's a handoff to Irving.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll run with Irving.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Bucky Irving with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now the Lions down by 7. A minute 12 to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap.